లోక్సభలో అధికార ప్రతిపక్షాల మధ్య వాడిగా వేడిగా చర్చ జరుగుతోంది. ఇప్పుడు ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం ద్వారా వీక్షిద్దాం.
In the world, with all humility, with no intent to denigrate the office of what used to be the august constitutional body of this land, let us as members of this opposition put on record that we won in spite of the EC, not because of it. The commissioners chosen by a government-dominated panel in willful disobedience of the Supreme Court turned a deaf ear to the most egregious violations of the Model Code of Conduct by the ruling party, by the Honorable Prime Minister with his hate-filled speeches and his divisive religion-based rhetoric. This country has been ashamed and disgusted by the language used against minorities during this campaign. This election will go down in history where an eager and compliant election commission turned a blind eye and a deaf ear against the excesses of the ruling party when the MCC was in effect. Opposition leaders were arrested, party accounts were frozen, ED and CBI even came into our election offices with impunity. Ultimately, the voters took charge and they said, "Bahut ho gaya. Enough is enough." The fifth theme, and here I have to commend the speechwriter's very dark, almost macabre sense of humor. The Indian Railways, aviation and infrastructure. The address says that work on the Ahmedabad-Mumbai bullet train is going on at a fast pace, and Indian Railways is doing feasibility studies for bullet train corridors in the north, in the south, in the east of India. Now I'm going to ask the government a question. Why are you, Honorable Chairperson? Is this a cruel joke? You are sanctioning 1,08,000 crores, 1,08,000 crores for one single Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train. A basic high-speed rail network costs 200 crores per kilometer. The Indian Railways is touting the Kavach anti-collision system. It's an automatic train protection system as the cheapest in the world, says 50 lakhs per kilometer is the cost. The total rail tracks in India is roughly about 126,000 kilometers. So the cost of covering all of India with Kavach is going to be 63,000 crores. All of India's Kavach costs 63,000 and one single Ahmedabad-Mumbai bullet train costs 1,08,000. Please look at the numbers. Last June in Balasore, 3 trains collided, 296 people died. The ministry said Kavach was not operational on that route. Last week, Kanchenjunga Express collided with a goods train in New Jalpaiguri. 10 people died. Again, the ministry said Kavach is not operational on the route. The Economic Times had a survey which said at the current level of funding, it will take 50 years for all of India to be covered under Kavach. And you're telling us about bullet trains. And please don't start shouting about what it was during Nehru's time. We don't know and we don't care. False equivalences cannot take the place of real body bags. The address mentions about how India is apparently the third largest domestic aviation hub of the world. In truth, India's airports have become domestic hazard hubs. First in Jabalpur, then in Delhi, then in Rajkot. Newly constructed airports have canopies falling down, killing people. The newly constructed Rampath in Ayodhya has had 3 cave-ins in the last week. The Pragati Maidan tunnel is flooded. The Atal Setu has developed cracks. The Ram temple's roof is leaking. This is exactly what happens when infrastructure is poorly planned and rushed in order for photo opportunities by the Supreme Leader. The sixth theme, competitive cooperative federalism. Honorable Chairperson, sir, the last decade saw the most brutal government-sponsored throttling of cooperative federalism that this country has ever seen. I speak for my own state of West Bengal. The centre has withheld 7,000 crores in Manrega funds. 17 lakh households have been deprived for work already done. It has held back 8,200 crores under the rural housing scheme, over 11 lakh houses sanctioned but not paid. Another 1,000 crores has been held back in pension and PMGSY. A total of 16,000 crores. When we went to meet the Rural Development Minister, we were dragged out by the Delhi police and bundled into prison vans. Last week, as a delegation, we went to meet with Atishi of the AAP, who was on hunger strike. Look at what is happening in the AAP government in Delhi today. The Aam Aadmi is in power in Delhi. There was a 1994 water sharing agreement which mandated Haryana to release 613 million gallons of water per day to Delhi. Haryana is run by the BJP government and they have reneged on this agreement. They are releasing 100 million gallons less per day, as a result of which 28 lakh people in Delhi are having to go without water per day. This government's competitive cooperative federalism seems to be an exercise in how to compete on how to choke opposition-run states. भैया हमको बैठाना आप पे बहुत भारी पड़ा, हमको मत बिठाइए, बहुत भारी पड़ा आप पे, बहुत भारी पड़ा. The government spent the past 5 years.
Honorable member, kindly address to the chair.
The government spent the first 5 years in almost perfecting an elected autocracy. And by the end of 2023, this government had reached the pinnacle of their arrogance, where this parliamentary democracy was replaced by a monstrous super cult, the cult of the supreme leader, the non-biological leader, born of the Paramatma, who stood in this house and proclaimed, "Ab ke baar 400 par, and ek akela kitno pe bhari pada." This was the turning point. This was the turning point when the destiny of the ruling party changed. Whether in Greek mythology, whether in Indian mythology, if you act with arrogance towards the gods, you will be punished. We have 33,000 gods in India. But in our democracy, the most supreme of them is the Gana Devata, the Lord of the people, and they have punished you. You may have formed a government again, but yours is a Pyrrhic victory. A victory which inflicts such a devastating toll on the victor that it is tantamount to a defeat. In Bengal, the supreme leader started his Vijay Sankalp Yatra on March 1st in the constituency of Arambagh, then came to Krishnanagar, then came to Barasat, ended on May 29th in Calcutta. मेरे ऊपर तो विशेष कृपा की उन्होंने, दो बार आए. The BJP lost all these seats. The Honorable Prime Minister did 23 campaign meetings in Bengal and lost in 20 seats. In Maharashtra, the Honorable Prime Minister campaigned in 18 seats. The NDA lost in 15 of them. Ek akela kitno pe bhari pada. In Punjab, he campaigned in Hoshiarpur, in Jalandhar, in Patiala, in Gurdaspur. The BJP lost all the 4 seats. Ek akela kitno pe bhari pada. In Rajasthan, he campaigned at Banswara with the most disgraceful references to Muslims. In outright violation of the law, the EC kept quiet. Not only did the BJP lose Banswara by over 2 lakh votes, the BJP, which had won